systems into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. So we'd like to thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board.
All right, we're gonna try to take a trip to Sweden. Where are we going? Finland, Sweden. Oh, it's nice to know where we're going. We're going to Rome. We are heading to Rome. So France to Rome's not a long trip, and we have weather bearing on us from the west, and as long as we can stay out of that soup, that looks awful. So we're going to try to get squared away and get on the get in the air soon. This is the A320neo. It's a really nice airplane. A lot of good power, just a good aircraft. It really does look good, doesn't it? It just really looks good. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get set up or get started. So pilot view. All right. Alignment in play. Captain Purse and Purse. With beacons on wing nav. Emergency light is armed. We're going to hit the master switch. This little secret there, you don't hit it right away. It needs time to prime. And bleed is on. We're going to hit init, and let's pull down our flight plan. Init request. couple of things that are a little bit different on this one here, and I'm a little green on that, but we'll walk through them. Okay, so our init information is loaded. And IRS init, align, confirm. Just so there's no confusion, we are departing off of 9 right. OCOS 6, see here. That's us. There isn't a transition for that. Okay. And our arrival, if something doesn't change, will be on 16 left. Elka 3. 16 left, Elka 3. Elka 3 Alpha. Okay. Let's go to performance numbers. And we're going out on 9 right. There's nothing I really have to change here. Okay. Wow. Thanks. Okay, so 149, 149, 152. Okay. Flaps are going to be 1 up 0.4 0.4. Our flex temp is 73. Let's see if I have to put an F in front of it. I'm going to put F 73. Yeah, you do. There. We want to get our takeoff data request. Takeoff data request, the little asterisk there. Does that, I guess that means I received it. Flex takeoff, which I think should be fine. Winds, does it want me to put the winds in still? Yeah, it's got the information in there I need. Okay, so winds are at 125 at 7. Sorry if I sound like I know what I'm doing right now. Some of this is a little bit different from the A321neo and the A330. Okay, and it says they're 1 of 4. Let's go to the next page. Upload flex to data 2 of 4. What is this? Okay, it took that. Got it. Do I feel like I've been here before? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Alright, there's still some parts on that. Okay, let's go back. That all looks real good. Take off data. Top of descent. That looks real good. Alright, I think we've got everything loaded correctly. If y'all see anything, let me know. So the McDo, it looks like we've got everything loaded correctly in the McDo. Okay. Put that away for now. Good afternoon. My name is Captain Steve. What is your name?
Hello, Captain Steve. I am Fabian BR1 Kortler, your co-pilot. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Would you go ahead and request our IFR clearance?
Requesting our IFR clearance now, Captain. The goal clearance, Air France 1104. We're ready to pick up our IFR clearance, and we have Yankee.
Yeah, you got me.
Air France 1104, de Gaulle clearance, cleared to Rome, Fiumicino via the OCAS 6 Golf departure, expect runway 9er right, initial climb to flight level 100, departure on 119.850, squawk 3421.
Sorry. Cats take priority. Here's one thing. I wonder if anybody else has experienced this, where the cat knows when you're on final approach in your house. You ever run into that? Yes, Thursday works, and Thursday we can move some of your stuff if you like into the place over there. Right, we closed up. We closed up. Yeah, I think we are. Okay, we're going out on 9 right. Which is, we're facing 9 right now, right here. So, we're going to go out this way.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Then go ahead and get our pushback and start clearance, and you're in charge of all comms.
I'll handle the comms from now on, Captain. Requesting pushback clearance now.
Okay,
dude,
all
you're not
doors
supposed
and
to do
hatches
that.
are closed, easy to connect.
You don't come through. Oh, my word. You might have issues here. Are you going to go down? You going to go down? You did. Oh, you blew it, man. Wow. Incident. You're going to come back from that? Okay, that's so not fair, because I never can come back from that. So that's something about this airport here. So these, with some of the mesh, the way it's made.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Anyway, that was kind of weird.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Right, ignition
Flight
is on.
attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and I'll call. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your Delta flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you so much.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta.
Delta. Delta. Delta Airlines.
The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So, before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, push the metal tip down. Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carry-in baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth.
I don't have my
Slip the
views all
elastic
set
strap
up
over
on
your
this
head
flight
and
yet.
adjust the mask if
Sorry.
necessary. Breathe normally and note the oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Disconnecting tow, standby.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case. Life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely
APU is
around your
off.
waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lap children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright
Flaps
position
to what?
and stow your tray table, footrest, and leg rest. Be sure you fastened your seatbelt low and tight
Ground
across your lap,
spoilers, arm,
carry-on items secured, and armrests are in resting position.
over here, and auto
Or as
brake is on
otherwise
max.
indicated on the placard in front of you. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
Pronounce your name for me again.
I am handling the comms now, Captain. Requesting pushback clearance.
What is your name?
My name is Fabian B1. Hello, Captain Steve.
First Officer Fabian.
I'll request pushback clearance now.
Okay. Alright, well, I thought you already had. In fact, you did.
Requesting pushback clearance now, Captain. The Gaulle ground, Air France 1104, Air France 1104 requesting pushback clearance. We have Yankee.
Air France 1104, pushback approved, face west.
I ran into this before with something I don't have right. Let's look at it again. I've got my center of gravity and all the info. I'll just make sure it's entered correctly. Nothing's entered here. Uplink to data request 2 of 2. Okay. Takeoff limit, flaps, thrust. Like, does that let me enter that? Okay. That's correct. Winds are 125 at 7. Non right, takeoff limit, flap, thrust. That's got our that one. Let's go through some of these other settings. Uplink max to data. There's a page 4. Okay. Take 2. Is that the same exact information on the next page? It is, and I don't need it. Okay. Flex takeoff. We'll do flex. Okay. Okay. Everything looks fine. What do you not like? Pitch, trim, McDo, center of gravity, disagree. I don't think they do. Okay. Flaps 1. And I have not moved this here, but I normally don't. It says pitch trim up 0.4. Does it want me? Okay. Okay, now the pitch trim. I'm putting the pitch trim back to where it was. Okay, now. Okay. Don't completely understand it. It may take a few times doing this over and over again, but I don't. Maybe the process, because it's just a little bit different than McDo. The setup is just a little bit different. Okay. We're ready for our taxi clearance to runway 9 right.
Requesting taxi clearance now, Captain.
The goal ground, Air France 1104, ready to taxi to runway 9 right. We have Yankee.
You do, boy. Okay.
Air France 1104, runway 9 right taxi via G3 orange, TB2 orange, Tango Bravo 2, Echo, Foxtrot, Foxtrot, November 1, November, Bravo, Bravo Delta 7, Delta, Delta Yankee. Bravo Delta 5, Delta 1.
Runway 9 right. Golf 3 orange, Tango Bravo 2 orange, Echo Foxtrot, Foxtrot November 1, November, Bravo, Bravo Delta 7, Delta, Delta Yankee, Bravo Delta 5, Delta, Delta 1, Air France 1104.
Right. Yeah, a little parakeet. No. Sleep at the wheel there. Okay. Yes, babe. Okay, alright, here we go. I don't know if I'm going to keep using these, but do you notice the little blue arrows on the ground right now? That's out of Say Intentions, and it actually is it's taxi assistance to the runway. I can see those actually. I think some airports actually probably have something to that effect. But this is the first time I've ever tried them. I saw it in my settings on the setup for Say Intentions, and just wanted to try it, see if I like it or not. I have a feeling I could end up liking it. It looks it's interesting because it does kind of keep you on track, but I kind of like it. Very interesting. Let's see if it'll keep me on the track, because right now it looks like, where are you taking me? Okay, hold on a second here. Let me get out of it. Comparing that against my map, seeing if it's actually right or something's wrong with it. So, let's see. It is correct. It is correct. Okay. I was a little bit turned around. No, it's correct. He's because I think it's actually giving you the exact mapping or taxi paths that ATC is telling you what it should be, but I think it's right. Can you get to it? Can you get to it? Yeah. I really like what Intentions did. The integration of the taxi assistance. I think I could get used to this. I like it better than what Xplane's got built in, where it's got the kind of the gaudy looking lines. This actually looks useful. Well, the other one is too. It gets you where you want to go, but I like the way it looks. I think what I also like about it is it looks like it's supposed to be there. It's not like let's stick this in here. It looks like it's supposed to be in it. And it's three-dimensional too. You see how it's raised up just a little bit. I'll pick it up a little, poke it down the taxiway. Passing by the cargo. Traffic Global isn't in my, in other words, they don't respond to my ATC, so sometimes they can even be taken off wrong runways. This is that's just it. Taxiing here that does take some time, but I'll tell you this taxi assistance and say intentions. I'm kind of giddy about it. That's really good. It's really good. That's a useful tool to get around on busy airports, and even in the darker, like when it's nighttime. That's really useful. So the blue arrows are coming from say intentions, so they insert that. I guess they can insert that. They've been inserting planes in Microsoft Flight Sim, so I guess they can do that. I noticed there was only one thing that worked on
Air
Microsoft.
France 1104. Contact tower on 118.655.
So,
Switching to tower on 118.655. Air France 1104.
Really like this. Okay, alright, let's come to a stop.
The Gold Tower,
Brakes
Air
on.
France 1104. Good afternoon, holding short 9 right, ready for departure.
Landing lights are going up. Run,
Air France 1104, the Gold Tower, runway 09 right, winds 150 at 14, cleared for takeoff.
Okay. Chronos
Runway
are
09
set.
right, cleared for takeoff. Air France 1104.
Clear left. Okay. Break off. Let's go. Let's line up on the runway. Okay. Throttle up. Forward pressure on yoke. Use a lot of right and left rudder. Positive rate. Gear up. Autopilot.
Air France 1104, contact departure on 124.355.
Switching to departure on 124.355. Air France 1104.
And going to thrust
The
climb.
goal departure, Air France 1104. Good afternoon, climbing through 1000.
Air France 1104, De Gaulle departure identified, climb flight level 100.
Climbing flight level 100. Air France 1104.
Need help?
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising
Air
altitude,
France 1104,
I'd like to
climb
extend
flight
a
level
special
210.
thank you to each of you,
Climbing flight
and
level
welcome back to our
210.
SkyMile
Air
members
France
and Million
1104.
Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during
Air
takeoff.
France 1104, contact Paris Control on 131.18.
Now reach altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, And a listing of these devices can be found in
Paris
Sky
Control,
Magazine in the
Air
seat
France
pocket in front of you.
1104. Good afternoon, climbing through 5000 for flight level 210.
On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our
Paris
pleasure to
Control,
offer you
Air France
complimentary Coca-Cola
1104.
products,
Good afternoon,
Starbucks
climbing
coffee,
through 5000 for
water,
flight level
juices,
210.
a variety of complimentary snacks,
Air
as
France
well as a
1104.
selection
Paris
of our
Control
fresh meats
identified.
items and all
Salut
day
le Plessis
goodies.
Belleville, QNH 1015.
Beer, wine, and spirits are available, complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
Air France 1104, climb flight level 270.
Climbing flight level 270. Air France 1104.
Air France 1104, climb flight level 320.
Climbing flight level 320. Air France 1104.
Air France 1104, climb flight level 370.
Climbing flight level 370, Air France 1104.
Too many things going on here. Okay, let's so we're still going to be about 568 miles out from Rome. When in Rome, you know. We're about to hit the Rome highway to get there. So we got a little bit to go. We're already on standard altimeter, and by the way, it looks beautiful up here. The livery itself, the A320, Toliss A320, very well done. Nice, really good, really well done. The clouds, the environment, everything is very well done. Wow, good job. And more than one person involved there. A lot of people doing some good work. What's that manual landing level? So what are you fussing at me about landing levels here? You're not now. Did I fix it? Okay. All right. Okay. Good. see where we are. Hey, double D cubing, and apologies. I had to cook chicken. There. Sure, that would be a good excuse for an airline pilot. Okay. This is a really, really nice livery, though. Toliss is A321. No, excuse me, A320neo. We did a good job on it. We're 485 miles outside of Rome, and I'm not going to waste all my time on the cruise part, so we'll probably go ahead and do some time compression in Xplane, do some Control T. I can do up to 4 times, which basically comes out to about 3 times, and get us to our destination a little quicker, or at least to our top of descent, and then we'll start our descent. We're running Traffic Global is what you see when you see the traffic around us, and Traffic Global's got a new feature where it gives you taxi assistance, and you'll see that at the our destination, which I'm really excited about. They did a good job on it. All right, so let's start this. Control T once, Control T twice. And let's get back in the aircraft. So we're doing about a mile every 3 seconds right now.
Air France 1104, contact Paris Control on 125.45.
Contacting Paris Control on 125.45. Air France 1. Paris Control, Air France 1104. Good afternoon, level flight level 370.
So Delta
Paris
Virtual
Control,
allows
Air
me to
France
do
1104. Good
up
afternoon,
to
level
4
flight level
times
370.
time compression on
Air France 1104,
flight level
flight
cruising.
level 370. Roger.
Air France 1104, Paris Control identified. Good afternoon.
So that's why I take advantage of that to use it. If you got it, use it. It really came in handy on international flight from Santo Domingo to France to Charles de Gaulle. It probably saved me about 3 hours. Yeah, right at 3 hours. Nice shot there.
Contacting Marseille Control on 12. Marseille Control, Air France 1104. Good afternoon, level flight level 370. Marseille Control, Air France 1104. Good afternoon, level flight level 370.
Air France 1104, Marseille Control identified. Hello.
Time compression's still on right now, but we're at about 310 miles. When we get down to under 200, I'll take it back off. We just hit the 100 subscriber mark. That's good. to 287 We'll get down to about 250 and we'll be back to our regular time. And it looks like, we're going into some weather. We'll get a weather report here in a minute. See how weather is there. I don't know. Winds are 350 from 350 from the north at 6 knots. Visibility, good visibility. Dew point is 1, humidity 66. Altimeter's 1011.
Air France 1104, contact Milan on 121.14.
Yeah, time compression's off.
Milan, Air France 1104, good afternoon, level flight level 370. Milan, Air France 1104, good afternoon, level flight level 370.
Air France 1104, Milan, level flight level 370, identified.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like a cloud cover, but we'll get weather. Yeah, I don't know. Kenya Airways. So Traffic Global, sometimes how I feel about them, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. But I've really thoroughly enjoyed having them in my flight. But right now you see Traffic Global, it's peaking out a little bit. 4, 5, 6, that's the FPS it's taking. Airbus, it's just my Airbus, it's fine. Sassel, that's fine.
Air France 1104, Milan, expect the ELEC 3 Alpha arrival. I'll start your descent in about 20 minutes.
Expecting the ELCA 3 Alpha arrival, Air France 1104.
Yeah, we're there. Okay, we're all set for it. Right, we're 237 miles out. Let's try something.
Air France 1104, contact Milan radar on 133.18.
Contacting Milan radar on 133.18, Air France 1104. Milan radar, Air France 1104, good afternoon, level flight level 370.
Air France 1104, Milan radar identified. Good afternoon.
226 miles outside of Rome. Our top of descent is close. We're about okay, a little bit further. I mean, it's 224, but sometime in the next 114 miles, which could be up to 15-20 minutes, we will be on route for our descent. We're going to let the McDo manage the descent on the way down, and I've got the altimeters. No, it's not altimeter. I've got my altitude set for 3,000, so we can just simply manage it for us, and we'll monitor it. Make sure it don't crash us into a mountain or anything. I think what I'm pretty amazed at with Traffic Global is the accuracy, like, or the believable liveries that are out there from the different airlines, like in the whatever region you're in, like Condor, was that Condor or Fluid Sky, or like it matches the region you're in. I think that's neat. Enjoying the peace and quiet for a moment, but I think we're set for our descent. Would you do our approach brief?
We'll be arriving in Rome Fiumicino on runway 16 left using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the ELK3 Alpha arrival. Transition level is 80. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 16 left. Weather at arrival shows winds 335 at 4 knots, CAV OK, temperature 8, dew point 1, QNH 1012. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 3421, and approach frequency will be 125.5. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Yeah, I concur. We are. Okay. Miles click away quick, but we're already 102. We were 102 miles from our descent minutes ago. We're at 71 miles from our descent now. Usually, if I want to start the descent a little early, I do it 50 miles or less. It's just nice to have a buffer. You may wonder, so does that mean you're going to get to the ground quicker? It doesn't, because there are restrictions at certain flight levels. So you're going to be held up there even if you start down a little earlier. It just means you'll be at that same flight level for a little longer. For instance, buyback. The buyback waypoint has let's say the restriction is to 20,000 or above. So that means if we arrive there a little earlier, that we're just going to go flight level. We're going to stay there at that flight level until it's time to go to the next waypoint, and then we'll start descending again. Then you're back on track. So it really doesn't matter. Get it set back up. All right, we're in great shape. I'm really curious about some of what I'm seeing on the map, because I see a cloud cover, and I do see clouds there, but we'll see. We'll see. Air France 1104, we would like to begin our descent on the Elka 3 Alpha arrival.
Air France 1104, cleared L3 Alpha into Fiume. When you're ready to begin your descend, flight level 280.
Cleared Elka 3 Alpha into Fiume. Descend flight level 280 when ready. Air France 1104.
Alright, seatbelt signs are on. Look below us there.
Attention, please prepare the cab for arrival.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent. At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle. Thank you so much. We should be landing in approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
I kind of disagree with the 15 to 20 minute part, but I don't know. I do notice that our transition is minimal, because we're coming in from like kind of north to northwest, and the runway is 16 left, so it's kind of convenient. So the A321neo by Toliss, and then the A320 by Toliss, and then we have the A330-900 are very similar, and just like the actual Airbus, but talking about the console, the flight deck, there are a lot of things that are very similar, and it probably would make it easier to go from one aircraft to the other and not be lost. I mean, with some difference training, but I could see how that makes things so much easier for the airline if someone does like switch, and there's still, I know, a process to go to the next aircraft, but for my purposes, for like what we do, there are a lot of it's very similar, and there is a lot of like copy paste in so many words between the different aircrafts. Maybe, but I don't think it takes away from the craftsmanship or anything. I think it's really good.
Air France 1104, contact Rome radar on 121.315.
Switching to Rome radar on 121.
Alright, Rome radar.
Rome radar, Air France 1104. Good afternoon, descending flight level 330 for flight level 280. Descending flight level 280, Air France 1104.
Yeah, we're heading there. We do have a pattern for, in other words, our approach pattern. It's kind of a zigzag.
Air France 1104, cross, buyback, at or above flight level 190.
Cross feedback at or above flight level 190, Air France 1104.
Right, we're in the soup. What? Robbie Dilmore.
Air France 1104, Costco Poli at or below flight level 170.
Cross Pole at or below flight level 170, Air France 1104.
The visibility's awful here. Hoping it breaks free, but I did say that we had a 10,000 plus ceiling, so maybe as we get lower down, maybe it'll get better. But let's look at our. A little break there. So basically, the approach has kind of a zigzag pattern, and that also helps us to get down to our flight, you know, to our approach level. So beautiful. We're at about 1,000. QNH at arrival is 10:11. 10:11. So far, we've already got our performance information entered into the McDo. That means that when we get down to about when we're about 30 miles out, we can activate approach phase, and so all the information is in that needs to be. Our VREF on approach VREF is 137. Which means we're going to be at about 142. We do about +5 is typically what we do. Beautiful sky here. We're currently at about 270 knots. they've done so much work. Our guys over at Xplane, it's just really good. Like the textures, it's always the word. My favorite word is believable. I think they've really got it to a believable level. It looks really good. So, shout out to Laminar. There is some rain back there. Okay, so where we are right now is a part of our approach, but it's technically not the base, downwind, or final of what we're doing. It's like the initial, it's like the waiting line, and then we'll come back around, and when we come back around the next time, going the opposite way, that's kind of the beginning for us. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and see if we need to, let's see, we're at 16,000. I'm going to wait. I'm going to try to wait till we get under 10,000 before I activate. And hello to Luna Smoky Amir. Good, welcome aboard. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is for you. Good evening. Oh.
Air France 1104, contact Rome approach on 125.5.
Contacting Rome approach on 125.5. Air France 1104.
And I stole that welcome aboard from our good buddy Q8 pilot.
Rome approach, Air France 1104. Good afternoon, descending flight level 160.
Air France 1104, Rome approach identified. Good afternoon, cleared SUVOC transition. Expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left approach into Fiume.
Cleared SUVOC transition. Expecting ILS Whiskey runway 16 left approach. Air France 1104.
That really looks good, doesn't it? The sky, everything.
Air France
really
1104, descend flight level 110.
Descending flight level 110. Air France 1104.
Air France 1104, I can sequence you in better this way. Descend altitude 3500 feet, turn left heading 080 vectors for the ILS runway 16 left approach, QNH 1012.
Descending 3,500 feet, left heading 080 for the ILS 16 left approach, QNH 1012, Air France 1104.
I do always get nervous when they start wanting to sequence us. So hopefully they'll do a good job. Don't let me down. And I'm going to go ahead and activate approach phase.
Air France 1104, direct Romeo Foxtrot 427.
He said Romeo's Foxtrot. .427. Okay. I don't want that. I don't want to do that. He's kind of wedging me in to the sequence, and I appreciate it. But I have set us to go to Romeo Foxtrot 424 and come back. That I need time to get kind of turned around. So normal circumstances, I wouldn't be able to do this, but I'm.
Air France 1104, descend altitude 3500 feet, turn right heading 080. Air France 1104, 12 miles from Auxerre, turn right heading 115, descend altitude 2500 feet until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway 16 left approach.
Descending to 3,500 feet, turning right heading 080, Air France 1104. 12 miles from Auxerre, turning right heading 115, descending to altitude 2,500 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 16 left approach, Air France 1104.
So I would have had to rush to get down to 3500, and I just need time. Like right now I'm at 9,000. He's asking me to rush to get down to 3500, and I don't want to do that, you know. So we're basically now on a downwind. We're on downwind right now, heading to Romeo Foxtrot 424. Then we'll make a right turn. We'll be making a right, and then we'll be coming down on our final. So, and I already see the numbers, the McNew calculating the new numbers now, so everything looks fine. We're all good. Fussing at me. I tried to go to flaps 1, and I'm right there at the break point. I'm at 240 knots. I need to really be at 230 knots before I break out the first flap. going to go ahead and arm the speed brake. Auto brake's already set to medium, on a medium setting. We've already calculated that earlier, so we're good. Okay, right turn. Man, that's a beautiful just the country here, the countryside's beautiful. All right, straighten up. Good job, buddy. Good job. I'm talking to my plane. Yes, I am. All right, and we're going to 1009. No, 101's up. Double check that. 1011. Yeah, so our QNH is 1011. Ooh, kind of dark out there. Okay, earlier he was trying to rush us to Romeo Foxtrot 428, and we're one waypoint away from that now, and I can already see how I would not have been able to get down to my 3,500 altitude I needed. It would not have worked. This much better. Flaps 1. Those just peaks right there in the mountains are the just kind of spook me. They're more like hills. I think they're more like hills.
2,500.
Yeah, that spooks me. Okay, but it's we're good. We're good, but 2000. We're 26 miles out. It's an interesting, like, flight path or glide path, the way we're going right now. Because I don't think I've ever landed here. Flaps 2, flaps 3. Very interesting, like approach here.
500.
He said 2,500, but you got 20. All I heard was 500. Like, whoop. Okay, Maven is 3,000, and then Oxaroo is 2,500. And for Oxaroo, we're descending 500 feet lower to 2,500. And when we get to Oxaroo, we'll activate approach.
Air France 1104, contact Fume Tower on 127.625.
Switching to Fume Tower on 127.625, Air France 1104.
And I don't see the airport out there, but I'm sure it's somewhere.
Fume Tower, Air France 1104. Good afternoon, established on the ILS runway 16 left approach.
Air France 1104, Fiume Tower identified.
The approach has been activated. And we're lined up on the localizer now. It's just a matter of following the glide scope. We're about to lock on the glide scope here. Got it.
Air France 1104, Fiume Tower, winds 330 at 4, runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Runway 16 left, cleared to land. Air France 1104.
I don't think I have done a landing here before. I don't think I have. Okay. Go ahead and run through the approach brief again.
We'll be arriving in Rome Fiumicino on runway 16 left using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the ELK3 Alpha arrival. Transition level is 80. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 16 left. Weather at arrival shows winds 335 at 4 knots, CAF OK, temperature 8, dew point 1, QNH 1012. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 3421, and approach frequency will be 125.5. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to gate, terminal 1302. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
I believe we are, and we're not coming in at 135. We're coming in at
500.
About 140.
400. 300.
Too low, flaps.
200.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps. Too low,
100.
flaps. Too low, flaps.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Retard. 5. Retard. 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 Retard.
Air France 1104, contact ground on 122.125.
The captain has parked the aircraft
Switching to ground on 122.125. Air France
This will be your
1104.
one and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and move about the cabin. Please be reminded to use caution
Air
when
France
opening the overhead
1104.
bins.
Good afternoon, cleared of runway, ready to taxi to the gate.
Air France 1104, Fiume ground, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 302 via Delta Echo, Delta Echo Golf Hotel November Charlie. Have a good day.
We invite you to visit delta.com for all your future travel needs, including checking in for
Terminal
a
1
flight
Gate
and managing your
302.
Sky
Delta
Miles
Echo
accounts.
Delta Echo Golf Hotel November Charlie. Air France 1104.
If any of you should have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claim, or any other information, a Uniform Delta agent meeting this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. On behalf of Delta Sky team, our global partners, and flight crew, we'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival, please. Cross-check and all call.
What? And they still haven't come yet. Very disappointed with the process. Who? Norma? Who? Or? All right. Let's go back. I'll go back and watch that replay on this one here. Always, like I said, replay, it doesn't do the best on replays. Let's see. Let's see how it does. Get that front nose down. I didn't. Okay, Flight Quest 40. There's a new feature in, because you know I'm a big Say Intentions guy, so I use Say Intentions on every flight. But they have a new feature built into Say Intentions, and when you ask for taxi instructions, it you notice it gives you some assistance, and it's different that Xplane puts that line, just runs that gaudy line through it. But you see what I'm talking about here? If you look, a nice little tasteful little teal colored like arrows, and as much as it's cheating, trying to find it, I think I'm gonna like it. I mean, I think I like the feature, and I'm not sure if some airports don't have this advanced feature, like maybe some, for real. There's something like this. So yeah. I was a little rough on the front nose gear. I didn't fly it down as well as I'd like to. I'll go with it. So once again, the minute you're on the ground, if you notice all of a sudden, mysteriously, my taxi instructions will give me some help, and voila, it's the teal arrows. So that helps get me all the way to the gate. And yeah, I could take them off and call it cheating, but I think I'm gonna leave them. I like them. It did get me. So yeah, it gets me all the way to the gate like that. In fact, you see here, it just takes me even all the way. So I'm wondering, so most of the airports that I'm on, it should be able to work with, which it's Atlanta, Miami, Charlotte, works at Charles de Gaulle, because that's where I just saw them on this flight. Chicago O'Hare, I'm really glad that I'll have them at Chicago O'Hare, because I can get to my gate, and JFK, so they seem to work with most all the major airports. Little nuances, you know. So this is Rome. This is Rome's airport, and I will say there's probably some customizations or something. I'm going to check on this particular airport, but like I noticed it's not as fancy. It's not as fancy as some of my Nimbus airports. Still though, it's a nice rendition. It's just it doesn't have, it needs a little bling. Needs a little bit needs a little upgrade. And when I say upgrade, I don't mean like put stuff that's not there, but I just like to see it like it really is. And I think maybe it's a little plain Jane here. You know, I do like those gates. Like that's kind of neat. But I think they have those in some Comayagua. They have these kind of gates in Comayagua. Even all the way down to the glass. Like clear gates, clear glass gates. They have them. Right. Huh. You do, yeah. You know, you do. All these little, small little things we never notice. But yeah, Say Intentions. I gotta give a shout out to them on that. That's a feature that they put in. In fact, where is it? I'll bring it up. So, well, it's not here. It's Say Intentions has now set it up to where this is the, like when you look at your settings on this here, you don't have a lot of. They took all these settings that you used to have a long list of settings, and now they've moved them over to the website. So you have to manipulate it on the website, and then it syncs, and it puts your settings in. But one of those settings were on the taxi assistance. And then there's another feature they built for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, because they care about 2024 more than they care about Xplane. But I got to give them credit for doing this, kind of putting this feature into Xplane. I think because they've got traffic insertion on Microsoft Flight Sim already, but they didn't. So it probably wasn't hard for them to figure out how to do this and put the insertion of these arrows. And but shout out to the AI, they did a good job. Well, I am going to go get me a cup of coffee. And my next flight, by the way, so I'm in Rome now. The next flight I'll do is out of Rome, because I was trying to keep my continuity of flights, but I'll be doing a flight later from Rome to it's not approved yet, because it's that my hub manager's got to see that I didn't cheat and like misuse my time compression. and he'll see that. But he uses Xplane, so he knows. What's my next flight? I'll be heading from Rome to Tunis, Carthage, taking a 400-mile flight later this evening. Right. All right, Flight Quest. Keep flying places that scare me to death. I did watch your last one. It was interesting. It was interesting. Everybody have a good night and keep climbing.